Hello, this is about Mr. Aravind Kejriwal and his political ambitions being choreographed in India along with the Bhushan family. Now, Mr. Kejriwal is complaining about the land grab by the BJP president, Mr. Gadkari. I have to admit that I do not hold a brief for Mr. Gadkari or the BJP, although I have sympathies with them. If Mr. Gadkari is wrong, has committed an act of corruption, he must be investigated transparently, then prosecuted transparently, then sent to prison. So should Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Robert Vadra, and Priyanka Gandhi for any grabbing of Indian assets illegally, either based in India or abroad. That is what you call equality before law, equal protection of the laws, transparent application of the laws, equality before law. These are all constitutional guarantees. But the problem in India is the judges in India are, and the investigation, prosecution, policing agencies, the enforcement directorate, the Central Vigilance Commission, they are all applying these laws and these norms very selectively to suit the convenience of the ruling dispensation. This is not on. Now, I rang Mr. Kejriwal on his telephone number. I'm just going to take my mobile phone. Sorry for interrupting. I rang Mr. Kejriwal on his mobile number 0091 9868069953, and I repeat, it is 0091 9868069953, and I rang from the UK. That is why I had to use the Indian code. At about when I rang Mr. Kejriwal, the time was about an hour ago, which is about 11:22, and there was no the mobile rang. I have rung Mr. Kejriwal before, even during the India Against Corruption campaign, and I notified him some of the issues. So because nobody picked up the phone, and because he is spearheading this campaign to divide the opposition votes and also to mislead the Indian electorate so that they give a divided verdict which would suit the Sonia Gandhi, Congress, Priyanka, Rahul, Robert Vadra, plus Mulayam Singh Yadav and Mayawati and all the corrupt people, which could include BJP leaders. He didn't want to proceed on those lines because he had an agenda. He is talking about Gadkari grabbing land. Here, Mr. Kejriwal has grabbed the intellectual as well as copyrights of and goodwill of Anna Hazare ji, because it was only because of Anna Hazare people joined the protests, and he did a piggy ride on Anna Hazare to show his face, to make himself familiar with the Indian media, which he was not familiar. He was an IRS Indian bureaucrat who got a Magsaysay award, which is always like Booker Prize for the leftists. Only leftists will get Booker Prize and Magsaysay award. Look at them. They all have a leftist anti-India agenda. Although it was instituted in Philippines, which also had Imelda Marcos, like our Sonia Gandhi in saris, the problem here is this kind of guys, like the Bhushans, who always support the Naxals, the anti-national activities, are coming into prominence. Of course, they have so many people in the media who are so friendly to them to do their mouthpiece, so that the opposition vote bank is again divided up because the nation as a whole has a national sentiment in voting out and the Congress dynasty and sending Sonia Gandhi back to Rome with Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi, right, who hold dual nationalities. This being the case, when Mr. Kejriwal, who never answers the phone call, was trying to fudge any legal liability, I sent him a legal notice. And I am reading out the legal notice that I have forwarded to him. Dear Mr. Kerjriwal, I am formally asking you to cease and desist from grabbing the IP rights, copyrights, goodwill of Anna Hazare, upon whose national goodwill your political career is purported to be being launched, while you are an ex-bureaucrat who is not even prepared to pay your dues to the Indian civil service, or absconding from duties, besides not even paying back the computer loan with interest. You voluntarily took out without any duress. What is the implication of this? The IP rights of the India Against Corruption movement has to belong to Anna Hazare with all those flags. It is Anna Hazare's intellectual property, his goodwill, that was grabbed by this imposter, this new VP Singh, this bureaucrat, this third right Naxal sympathizer. Grabbing that. Do you know the impact of an intellectual property right or a copyright, which is more important than acres of land? Say, imagine the copyrights and IP rights of Google, of Samsung, of Microsoft, of Apple are removed. That means those companies are finished. So it is goodwill and IP rights that matter. So this guy who grabbed Anna Hazare's goodwill, his national reputation, to launch his political career, is talking about land grabbing only by Robert Vadera, not by Rahul Gandhi or his foreign accounts, not by Sonia Gandhi, not by Manmohan Singh's differentiated accounts in all over the world. No, he is only talking about Robert Vadra, who is not a Congress functionary, but a Congress party dynasty's relative. Then he is taking on the major opposition leader, the leader of the opposition party. Have you ever heard about an activist? There was this guy, Ross Perot, who stood the election as an independent, as an activist in America. He did not take on the corruption of the opposition whilst he was dealing with the corruption of the ruling administration or dispensation. See, the opposition parties, if they are corrupt, they will not be elected by the electorate in the next elections. But here he is, as a middleman, to facilitate the division of the voting, to divide and rule the opposition, so that he helps out Congress, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, their Swiss bank accounts. The black money issue is sidelined. He is a very good facilitator for Swiss banks and European tax havens. This is why I sent a notice to him. And that notice is like that. And whether it is sidelined or not, European banks, European governments who support him always ensure that They will not have a European Union in 10 years' time. We will deal with you the same divide and rule. Your unite and rule European Union is going to go down the drains. Then we will deal with you. So don't even dare to support this Aravind Kejriwal and any third-right, left-wing booker prices in India. We don't want that. We don't want you to do that. Because then we have every political right to resist it and defeat your economy by moving against your companies. If we cannot do it in India, we will do it in America. If America will not permit it, then so be it. But we will move against your companies in India, in America, because we trust the American justice system more at this point in time. There is no guarantee. So don't even support this kind of people to keep your dynastic rulers in Asia and Africa, so that corruption will continue to haunt these countries, so that it generates the black money, the untaxed money, which can flow to your European tax havens. No, we are not going to facilitate it. We don't want your third-rate aid. You give us back the looted heritage from India. Give us it back. No aid. Stop it, your third-rate aid. Who are you going to aid? When you yourself, your survival of the euro is at stake, you are going to give aid. Your arrogance. It is so exponential. We cannot understand your arrogance. You want to give aid to India when the survival of the European Union and the euro is at stake. You want to give aid. Stop your third-rate aid. Give us our looted heritage and our jewels and our paintings and our manuscripts and our idols. That is all we want. You need not send your third-rate charity wallahs, poverty barons, and your corrupt system to India, because we will have to proceed against your companies, left and right, today or tomorrow. Whether I am alive or dead, this will happen. We will make you impoverished and take you back to where you were, the looters. So don't. Stop it forthwith. It is not a request. When Mahatma Gandhi told the British Empire to quit India, it was not a request, it was an order. It was an order to be complied with. Quit India. It was not a request. It was not a pleading plea. It was an order. And you disobeyed the order, right? And that is why Britain became this little puny island. Okay? So don't enrage India. When you lost India, you lost Africa. Okay? So don't push it too far, baby.